Good morning, everybody. So today I'm going to teach you kind of like the basics of creating a digital notebook. So here is mine, for example. I have done mine for the entire first semester. And there's two ways that you can view it. You can actually go to present mode and the students can look at it through here. I like it on present mode simply because it's allows the students to navigate through it like I did. So like if they were to hover over unit 1, it should take them to the unit 1 slide. There it goes. Sorry, the internet's really slow. And then I've embedded pages. So again, the kids can click on whatever page that we're working on. Let's say we're on page 3 today. If they were to click on it, they would have access to page 3. Oh my goodness, the internet is really slow here. Okay, that's fine. It would have taken them to unit 3, but because the internet's kind of slow, it is not letting me. So I've given the students some kind of options where I have drag and drop features. I also have fill in the blank features where they simply would just click their mouse over the question mark, double tap, and type in their answer, and then type out, and then their answer would be there. I'm actually going to go back and fix that to my original. I have text boxes where same thing, they can click, type in their answer, and then click out. On some of my notes, I did kind of like a combination. I'm looking for my scientific notation. Here we go. So I gave them the option to drag and drop, and I've also given them the option to type in. Now, with the features on the side, the students will only be able to access this through this mode. If you do it during present mode, it's not going to show them, they're not going to be able to access the features like that. Okay. So now that I've shown you my example, I'm going to go into creating the digital notebook template. So first things first, for me, I did my notebook the way I would a regular notebook. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change the page setup. So I'm going to go to page setup and I'm going to change it to a custom notebook, which is about an 8.5 by 11. Now this is totally up to you. You don't have to do it. But one thing I did learn, and I don't know if anybody else can troubleshoot this for me, is that when you change one layout, it changes them all. So you can't have one vertical and then another horizontal. They all either have to be vertical or they all have to be horizontal. Another thing that I would suggest is that when you are doing your notebook, you actually create the pieces in the master, because then the students will not be allowed to move anything. So for example, if I go to my notebook, um, all of this is in the master view, therefore my kids cannot change it, modify it, or anything. The only thing that they are allowed to change are the things that I actually create on this screen, which are my text boxes that they can drag and drop. So on the master view, I go ahead and just pick one, and I actually delete the rest. Actually, I'm going to leave two. So I'm just deleting. I just want 2 pages, so I'm going to keep those 2. Please don't delete this top page. I made the mistake of doing that the first time, and it was very frustrating because I couldn't add more pages. So you can go ahead and I went and I found an image of a notebook because I wanted to keep this as normal as possible. So I actually already found my image. So I am just going to copy and paste into the master view. You can insert things like, oops, sorry. You're actually going to go to a text box and you're going to do the subtitle. You can do a title placeholder, subtitle placeholder, or body text. I usually do a title because it is for their name. Now, when you do this here, In master, it won't let you change it. You can change the font. I love permanent marker. That's just me. You don't have to do that. But in the master, it won't allow you to do it. But if you go to the original view, then the students have the option to type in. Actually, I don't know why I didn't. I should have just put my name and then normal. Okay, there we go. So again, we're going to go back to the master view. And I'm actually going to delete this background because I noticed that it's kind of overlapping what I wanted. Okay, so I added a title. I also, on my original, I added, what are they called? I added tabs. So the way I did the tabs is I normally just got the shape that kind of looks like this, and I just made my tab. And then, of course, I rotated it. Oops. Okay, it's not going to be perfect, but you guys can play with it. And then I am going to change the color. I love these gradient colors. I actually do the outline the same. And one thing that I also added to it is if you click on this. Oh, come on. Where's my... Sorry, I am trying to format. I guess it's not cooperating. It's fine. I'm not sure why it's not popping up. Usually it lets me put a shadow on it just so that it looks more realistic. Like on mine, original tabs, I have shadows on it so it kind of looks more realistic, but that's fine. Okay, so then I'll insert a text box again. And you can title it whatever. I'm going to title it Unit 1. And my favorite font is permanent marker. So here we go. Okay, I gotta fix this because this is really gonna bother me. Okay, much better. Sorry, that was really gonna bother me if I didn't fix that. And then once you have that, you can just copy and paste and add the rest of the tabs. Now, the way I do a page is there's two ways that I actually do. I'm actually going to make another copy of this. So I just Control-C and now I'm going to Control-V to add another page just so I don't get mixed up. So on my pages, I noticed a lot of people were asking, can I do line paper? Yes, you can. I normally go to Google and I'll type in lined notebook paper. And I'm going to go to images. Oh, that one was really pretty. I like this one. So all you'll do is copy the image and you will come back to the master and you will paste. And there is your page. Now I noticed that for me, the lines were kind of distracting for me. So what I did instead, I just, actually, let me go. I went to this page and then I created a shape. And I kind of just went over the paper just to keep the dimension because I wanted it. So I'm going to Control-C, go to my next one and Control-V. And I changed the border to black. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do, sorry. I changed the border to black and I increased the thickness, I want to say to 8. So it kind of looked like a blank paper. And I gave myself some room just in case if you wanted to add the tabs. Again, you could just, actually I'm going to move that. You can just copy and paste your tabs onto here and they will stay if you want. That is completely up to you. Just make sure that you position it so that they're lined up. And then from here, you can, I would suggest if you're going to do line paper, just control copy that and then control V. And then so all you would have to do in the future is just click that and then just change your color tabs if you would like, which is what I did. Okay, and there you go. So what I did is I created things like I had my work that I wanted. I know these are not notes, I know, but I'm just trying to show you. It's very handy if you have the PDF that you want to use, because that's what most of my notes were, just PDFs. And I did the snipping tool. So what you would do, let's say, is you wanted these. So you would snip and then Control C to copy, go back to your slide, and Control V. Okay. Control V. Now, if you wanted to make text boxes, you can. Again, you could probably do the body text holder and just create your text box. And it's going to come out like this, so I suggest working from the bottom to the top if you wanted to do that. And we are going to change this to, going to change the name so that I don't get confused to page 1. And then you can subsequently change them to page 2, page 3, page 4, and it'll be easy for you to access. And you can create a title. If you create a text box, this allows you to actually write in. So if you want to give a title, let's say, no, sorry, I don't know why, but this is actually going to be locating on a number line. If you do it on here, then that's something that your students cannot manipulate. So again, if you do a text box, you can write in the master view. If you do placeholders, you cannot write in the master view. That means the students can. Okay, so then once you have your pages, you can go to the original, and now you're going to add the slides. And this is what I was talking about. If you rename the slides, here is page 1 so that you know that page 1 would go and you would insert page 1. Now let's say you wanted to create drag and drop options for your students. All I did was insert shapes. All I did was insert shapes. I changed the color on some of them, and you don't have to, it's completely up to you. And then of course I typed in whatever it is that I wanted them to do. So I'm actually going to center it, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger, and I'm going to bolden it. I know you can't see that. Let's see if I can make it bigger. And so then once you create the text box here, you could just have the kids drag and drop. Okay, I know this is very like rudimentary, it's like the basics. So if you guys have any questions, you're more than happy to ask me. You can email me and I will get to you as soon as I can. Another thing that the last thing that I wanted to share with you guys is that when you want to share this, I was told that you would want the kids to use their auditing email, and that is correct because when the kids get this, it will force them to make a copy and they have to put it it'll be located in their drive. So if they don't use their school email, then that's kind of going to be an issue. So I'm going to change the link to Aldine Independent School District, and I am going to copy the link. And when you send the link to somebody, so for example, just an example, I'm going to send it to Miss Guillory. Um, as soon as she gets the link, it should it'll force her to make a copy. Okay, so because that's taking forever, I'll just show you what you need to do. Come on. So you'll copy and paste it, but instead of putting edit, you'll delete that and press copy. So when you do that, when you erase that back part and put copy, whoever you send it to, it forces them to make a copy. So again, I'm not sure why my internet's not working. And I really wanted to show you how it works, but I guess it's fine. So whenever you attach it to anything or you send it to anyone, again, all you do is paste the link, delete all of this, and write the word copy. Okay. And if you want to see what that looks like, I actually have done it, and I've embedded the link into my virtual Bitmoji class. So when my kids click on my notebook in my virtual Bitmoji class, it redirects them to their copy of the notes. So here is Ms. Bims and I's Bitmoji room. And if you notice, I have my little notebook here on this part right here. So all my kids would need to do is simply click on it. And I'll show you, I guess I can show you real quick if this loads on here. So all I did was I took a shape, I drew it over my notebook so that anytime they would touch my notebook, they would be redirected. So I'm gonna actually change that to transparent. Gonna change the line to transparent. And now I'm going to press the little link. And then again, I'm just gonna paste that in and go to the end again and delete all of this and simply type in copy and apply. Okay. And like I said, if you guys have any questions, please let me know and I'll be more than happy to help. I'll see you guys later. Bye.